Hey guys, what is going on? Hope everybody has been having a good week so far. So, as you all know, NBA regular season is all over. And we got about 3 days rest of NBA playoff start. We decided to start doing some more baseball podcasts for you. Like I said, we'll be focusing on a lot of baseball here in the coming months because NBA, sadly is almost all done. If you guys did not catch what Kobe Bryant did last night, man, that was unbelievable. What a way for a legend to go out. Props to Kobe for getting 60 points, man. That was unbelievable. He'll definitely Black Mamba will definitely be missed. Anyway, like I said, NBA is done, and we are on to MLB. Like I said, we are still doing NBA playoffs for Fanduel. There is a couple days off. Anyway, if you haven't done our Fanduel yet, like I said, we're doing pretty good over there. I scored a 342, and I think it barely cashed in some things. Just the line was so high last night that it was just really hard to cash. But scored a 342. I'll definitely take that. Even though the scores were high, we are definitely still kicking it over here on our on our NBA. Anyway, it's only $25 for the entire playoff, so about a month and a half, 2 months of NBA for only $25. That is really really cheap. So definitely go on over there and check it out. We will have our NBA premium Twitter in the comment section and our regular Twitter. If you just want to follow us, either one of those, you guys can click on them. If you are interested in the package, you guys can message us on either account. Say, hey, I want to sign up for your guys' playoffs. And then, like I said, send the payment through PayPal. Like I said, we will have that all in the comments, and click on the links, and we'll get you all set up. And if you don't have Twitter, as usual, you guys can email us as well, and we will send you guys. Once you guys sign up, we will send you guys the lineups through email since you don't have Twitter. And one more thing. Lowered our MLB plan just a little bit for you guys. Anyway, it's $10 a week instead of $15, $30 a month instead of $50, $100 up to the All-Star break instead of $150, and $200 for the whole season instead of $275. So we brought it down just a little bit for you guys. Hopefully you guys are still interested in it. I think I had 4 straight nights of winning lineups. Last night wasn't too pretty. I had my pitcher got me 60 points, but everybody else decided the dud. So, for the most part, started a little slow in the MLB, but, catching on to the point system and how everything is working. So, definitely heating up and, gonna produce some winning lineups. So, like I said, if you haven't head on over to our MLB premium page, go on over there and check it out. Like I said, prices are a little bit lower than they were, so definitely take advantage of our prices. Like I said, with alongside the other two Twitters, we'll have our private MLB Twitter. Click on it, message us, we'll get you all set up. So with that being said, let's get into some MLB here. Sorry about that, guys. We only got 5 games on the main slate. We usually like doing the main slate, so pretty quiet slate here. A lot of early games as well. So usually in MLB, Thursdays is usually the quiet day of the week. So like I said, only 5 games, so this should be a relatively quick podcast. So let me pull up the over and unders here real quick. All right, let's get to our first game here. We got New York Yankees and Toronto Blue Jays. Total runs scored here is 8. We have Eovaldi against Stroman here as our pitchers. So Eovaldi, definitely not the best pitcher out there, as we all know. He is $9,100 though. He throws in the 95 plus, so he could definitely throw. He strikes out a lot also. He gives up a lot of runs for the most part. So, and as we know, Toronto is a dynamite hitting team. So, just going to go here and see, exactly the career stats. Sometimes they don't matter, but definitely love looking at the career stats that the Toronto Blue Jays have against Eovaldi. All right, let's go find him real quick. All right, there it is. All right, there he is. Like I said, Eovaldi, he likes to strike out a lot of people. Also, his ERA is high just because he gives up a lot of runs. Came over from Miami, so as you see, he gave up 5 earned runs in this last start, 7 strikeouts. So I think this is one of the guys you really want to target here. As we know, Toronto likes to hit quite a bit. So surprisingly, they only have a 212 average career against Eovaldi. Still, man, I just don't know how you can't target some of these Toronto guys. As you know, a lot of Toronto guys are very expensive. So, I do like my Josh Donaldson, my Encarnacion. So, let's go look at his splits real quick. Like I said, he can be a good pitcher at times, but I think Toronto's going to get the best of him here today. So far, all right, let's go to his 15 stats. I don't look at his 2016 yet. It's too early. So let's go look at his 2015 stats. All right, so as you see, lefties were hitting 314 against them. So Blue Jays don't have too many lefties. Michael Saunders, he's not that good. As we all know, mostly righties for Toronto. 258. That's what they hit against them last year. That's respectable. Nothing fancy, but like I said, I am definitely targeting some bats here against Eovaldi. So let's just go through some of them. I don't mind Russell Martin. Not my biggest fan of the night. Not too high on Encarnacion. Probably, man, Donaldson's pretty expensive as well. I'll get you some Tulo. He's pretty cheap. He's struggling right now, but if you can find any cheap bats for Toronto, I picked Tulo just because he is cheap and he can any time. So don't mind Tulo. I think Kevin Pillar had a heck of a game last night, if I am not mistaken. No, it was not Pillar. I think it was Ryan Gomes, and I think that's who it was. Yeah. Ryan Gomes did 24. So that is one guy you guys can target. Maybe if he's going to start, $2,200. Don't think he's going to get you 24, but as I just said with Eovaldi, lefties really hit him. So maybe Ryan Gomes, who knows? He's not really known for his hitting. Maybe get you 9 points, 12 points, but hey, that's fine for a guy getting for $2,200. But this guy is mostly just a place filler to get some of these. Maybe get you Donaldson or something in there like that. So definitely a place filler guy. Kind of equivalent of a $3,500 guy on NBA. So, got Jose Bautista. Like I said, not too many other guys I care for. Stroman, as we know, pretty good hitter. Surprised he's only 8,100. I don't mind Stroman, to be honest with you. Yankees are a pretty good hitting team, but I still don't mind Stroman. Maybe get you, 30, 35. I think he should. Out of the two, I think he is most in line to get the win. So get those extra 12 points in there as well. So, probably not my number one pick just because New York can hit pretty good as well. So, but like I said, I don't mind Stroman just because he can get the win, get you 5 or 6 strikeouts, maybe go 7 innings. Like I said, 35, 40 points, I'd take that. Plus, he's a lot cheaper than Eovaldi. So there you go. That's the first game right there. We're going to move on to Cincinnati and Chicago. As we all know, Chicago is off to an amazing start right now. As I am doing this early in the morning, there is no total runs at this moment. I think it should be relatively high though, because as we know, Chicago really good at hitting juggernaut teams. So, Iglesias, he's been pretty consistent though. He's very very young. Surprisingly, Cincinnati's been not bad at all to start the season. 41 and 33 for Iglesias. As we know, Philly not the best hitting team. Pittsburgh pretty good team. They just did not do too much against him. Only pitched into the 6th inning. So Um, Maybe GPP play, but I just don't like having pitchers against the Chicago Cubs just because they're such a good hitting team and they can hurt you in a lot of different ways. So I don't think Iglesias has too much history. Um, let's go find him here against Chicago because, like I said, he is very young, but let's just see if he has any history against Chicago. All right. All right, there we go. Yes, they do, and yeah, he like I said, he owns them 167 average. So like I said, this is a GPP play for me. Um, he has, as you see, his strikeout to walk ratio is really good against the Chicago, 14-5. So he definitely can strike him out. GPP for me because, like I said, he can have a good game, or he can just totally get annihilated here tonight. Just depending on how Chicago is. Plus, they are in Chicago. Got to factor in the wind and stuff like that. So definitely focus on the weather just a little bit. See how the wind. If the wind's blowing out, probably not going to attack Iglesias. If it's blowing in, may be able to attack him. So Iglesias definitely a GPP play. You got Jason Hamill on the other side. Thing about this guy, he's been up and down. Sure, went over to Oakland and they do the best over there. Went back to Chicago, not doing too bad. So don't mind Jason Hamill. As I said, Cincinnati, like I said, they're really surprising me this year so far. Is their hitting gonna stay up? We got to see. Let's go see here. All right, yeah, they're hitting 247 against him. Maybe Suarez, maybe you can go there. He's been pretty hot to start the season, third baseman. Like I said, he's been pretty hot. Maybe Brandon Phillips, but that's really it, to be honest with you. So, yeah, if I had to target someone, like I said, Iglesias, maybe play him. Don't know, but I don't mind stacking Chicago hitters against Iglesias either. So, Miguel Montero, he kills righties for the most part. Obviously Rizzo, you got Chris Bryant, Zobrist. Mostly all these guys are in play. Like I said, I got Suarez over there. Maybe he's been pretty hot. Only one game without a double digit, so he's been very terrific to start the year. Addison Russell, he's very cheap and he's been coming on as well. 27, and then only had 9 against Cincinnati, but. $2,700. The same thing with the Toronto. Tulo is really cheap. Ryan Goins is really cheap. It's hard to find some cheap guys in these offensive teams. So Russell, gets 1 or 2 guys on for you. Who knows? Get you 12, 15 points. $2,700. I'll take it all day. Jason Hayward, he has been not too bad. 3,800 price is a little high right now for his production. 9, 12, 9, and 12. That's not pretty. You want at least 15 points from this guy. So I don't mind Hayward. A little expensive, but not too bad. Dexter Fowler, I don't think he's been half bad either. So really don't mind Fowler. Don't mind Hayward. Then you got Russell, as I said, he's cheap. Suarez either. And then obviously the big guys for Chicago. So I think that does that game right there. So let's move on. All right, hold on. All right, let's move on. We got Baltimore and Texas. Probably one of the games you're going to target right here. Total runs is 8.5. The interesting, though, both of these pitchers are really good so far to start the year, Cole Hamels and Tillman. The only thing, like I said, that scares me is the total runs is 8.5, so it should be a high-scoring game. Texas is a really, really good in ballpark. Ball definitely flies out there. Cole Hamels has been really, really hot to start the year. 2-0 with a 2.08 ERA. On the flip side, Tillman is 1-0 with a 1.29 ERA. So, who do you, the thing is here is who do you target? I think for me, probably target some. Let's go find it here real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I think I'm gonna target some Texas guys if I had to against Tillman. Yeah, Tillman, he's having a good year, but besides this year, he has been downright terrible. 21 and 39. Two teams he's faced, Minnesota and Tampa, they're not good hitting teams at all. So, doesn't surprise me that he did good against them. Texas, definitely not a bad hitting team. We saw what they did to my Mariners over this past week. Just destroyed them. Yes, very bad, but still, if one team that I think that can mess up Baltimore and Tillman is definitely Texas. So definitely Prince Fielder. Hasn't been hot. His average is low, but he's still getting some pretty good RBIs. So Fielder's in play. Odor is very questionable for me. I picked him early in the year. He's been all over the place. Definitely a GPP right there. Adrian Beltre, definitely in play for me. I really like Beltre tonight. Let's just go see how. I think that Texas has done pretty good in the past against Tillman, so let's go find out. Where are you at? All right. And also as we know, Baltimore is off to a really good start. Let's see. Like I said, I think they hit very well against him. A 282 average. So yeah, they definitely destroy Tillman. I was gonna mention Andrews as well. He kills them as well. 385. As I said with Beltre, a 500 average against him. So love him. Surprised that Ian Desmond has had many at-bats against 13 at-bats against Tillman, because as we all know, he was national for a very long time. So Desmond, not too bad either. Most of these other guys, don't really care for. So I think Ian Desmond's on the cheaper end, if I'm mistaken. He's only 2,600. He hasn't been too crazy, as you see, 0-0, so definitely a GPP. Like I said, the only reason I pick him just because he has hit Tillman in the past. One guy that's been half decent as well is Nomar Maraza. I think that's how you say his name. Anyway, lefty on righty against Tillman. Let's go look at Tillman's splits here just real quick. Maraza, as you may not know, Chu got injured, so Maraza is a really high prospect for Texas. So they brought him up from the minor leagues, and he has been doing half decent for him. I think he hits righties pretty well, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry. So let's go look at Tillman's splits here from last year. Kind of about the same for righties and lefties. We got a 271 against righties and a 262 against lefties. So, and as you see, righties just destroyed him, 17 homers and 56 RBIs. So, for the most part, he holds lefties at bay if you look at the home runs wise, but righties definitely kill Tillman. So, like I said, he's off to a very good start, but the odds aren't really there for him here today, just because, like I said, Texas usually warm and the ball definitely flies better when it's warm. Very good hitting ballpark. Texas, for the most part, a really good hitting team. And as I said, Tillman didn't face the best hitting teams before. So odds are in Texas' favors. On the other hand, we've got Cole Hamels. I really like him here tonight. Another GPP just because, they are in a good hitter's park. But, he is a very good pitcher, as we know. 51 and 39 in his last two. He's 10,200, so definitely probably one of the most expensive pitchers of the night. So I really don't mind Cole Hamels. The thing is, like I said, GPP just because Baltimore has been really, really good on the offense here to start the year early. So that's obviously why the runs, the over and under for the runs is really high. So maybe go with Mark Trumbo. I'm pretty sure Mark Trumbo owns Cole Hamels. I'm not sure. I got to go look at it because, as I said, he played for Seattle. So I think he was one of the only ones that really owned Cole Hamels. and Trumbo has got off to a half decent start as well. So maybe you guys can go with Trumbo. There he is. There's Cole Hamels. Um, all right, let's get that up. Not as sorry guys, not as exciting as NBA. A lot more research that goes into this, so it's hard to get everything off the top of your head. Even though I know quite a bit, I don't know the visual stats, so you got to look into it just a little bit more. Yeah, they only hit 213 against them, not too good. I thought Trumbo, yeah, he's the only one that kind of does half decent. 12 at bats, 4 hits, a homer. So that's really the only guy. Maybe J.J. Hardy, he had a heck of a game the other night against Boston. But man, they only hit 213 against them. So, and his strikeout to walk, sorry, is 24-4. So, yeah, I like Cole Hamels. Just like I said, Baltimore's been hot, but probably one of the pitchers I'm going to pick tonight in this short 5-game slate. So, with that being said, let's move on. 1 second, guys. All right, let's move on. We got Kansas and Houston. Total runs here is 8, and Houston is going to win this one very barely. So it's going to be a very close game here, probably 5-4 or something like that, around there. So let's look at our pitchers. We got Kennedy and Fister. Whew, man. All right, well, let's see here. Kennedy, he got 53, but it's against Minnesota. They're just downright terrible to start the season. So just put that aside. Houston's a lot better hitting team. Ian Kennedy, he's not a bad pitcher, as we know. In San Diego, he struggled quite a bit over there. Got picked up by Kansas City. Started so far not too bad for Kansas City. So. But the thing about Kennedy, he is one of those guys that definitely can get lit up in a heartbeat. So not too sure if he has too much history with Houston, because he was in the National League for most of his career. But let's go see here. Yeah, not much at all. But they're only hit 195 against him, which is honestly really surprising. Don't know how long ago the last time he pitched against them. Some of these guys definitely have matured over the years. So, another GPP guy. There's a lot of GPP plays here in the MLB in these games. So, yeah, another guy I forgot about was Mitch Moreland, lefty against Tillman. If he's in the lineup, I like him as well. So, so if you, I don't know if you guys can see on the ratings, Fister and Tillman. Sorry, Fister has the second worst rating of the night, and Kennedy, he's the third. So, man, like I said, there's a lot of GPP plays out here. I don't mind Kennedy. Like I said, Houston is a pretty good hitting team, but the good thing is Kennedy has a really good record against Houston in the past. So, I don't mind him. It is a little interesting just because the runs are so high, but out of the two, I think Kennedy can get the win over Fister. And then Fister, man, I don't know about this guy. He's getting up there in his age. A lot of people can hit off him as well. So I don't know who you would really go for here. Let's go see what the models are like in here. Yeah, the guy, obviously, I forgot about Kendrys Morales, switch hitter against Fister. He hits a lot better from the left side than the right side. So Morales, I've been picking him a little bit recently. He's been half decent for me. Definitely, he can hit one out, and he hits for a high average as well. So I do like Morales quite a bit. $3,100, a lot cheaper than most of the guys out there. Proker, I picked him last night. Didn't do too bad, didn't do too good. And then the thing with a lot of these Houston guys, they strike out quite a bit, but also they have I think first to second last year in the most home runs. I think in the American League. So, they hit home runs or they strike out. That's the kind of team they are. So if Kennedy doesn't get hurt and strikes out, 6 or 7, definitely fine. But this team can kill you with the long bomb. So anyway, Rasmus lefty on righty. He's been half decent as well. One of those guys that mostly his home runs. So 3,800, a little expensive. Don't mind him though. Don't really care for too many other people. Maybe Tyler White. He's getting not too much. He hasn't been doing too much. So definitely Kendrys Malice, 3,100. PPP play for me. So let's see who else you got. Yeah, definitely in this game, target lefties against these right-handed pitchers. Hosmer, he's been a little quiet though. So I think that mostly does that one. Like I said, not too much going on in this game. Definitely Kennedy, though, as a GPP. So, all right, let's move on to our last game. We got Arizona and Dodgers. Total run score here is a 7.5, and Dodgers probably around by 2 or 3 runs here. So, if you guys, I think most of you guys do remember, probably one of the worst early season moves of the year so far with Stripling. Poor guy, man. He, as we all know, he had a no-hitter going in, and he got to that 100 pitches, and that was it. Took him out. Next pitch, home run, boom, it's over. So he definitely just got burnt really bad. But he looked good against a very good hitting Giants team. GPP for me just because Arizona is a pretty good hitting team as well. How is he going to rebound? Is he going to come back good, or is he going to be a little discouraged and maybe have a little bit of fatigue? I don't know what's going to happen. He only second career start. Also, the other thing is how deep is he going to get into the game just because of that pitch count limit. May take him out after 5 or 6 innings depending on where his pitch count is. So. He, his ratings, it's okay, nothing pretty. He doesn't strike out a lot, as you guys see here, only 5 last time. So his strikeout per 9 is not pretty, and as we all know, to get points, you need some strikeouts. So, obviously not an over-dominating pitcher. Get you 30, 35. That's really all he gives you, unless you pitches a gym like you did last time. Maybe get you 45, but 30, 35 from this guy. Just because of his strikeouts aren't too high. So definitely a GPP just because Arizona, a very good hitting team. On the flip side, you got Robbie Ray. Not the best pitcher out there. I think he struggled pretty good last year, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just go see how he did here against the Dodgers last year. Or maybe he didn't do too bad. It's kind of hard to remember. I think Robbie Ray didn't do half bad last year. He's only 6 of 16 in his career, so yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll definitely have to see here. All right, so they hit 224. Yeah, pretty good against them. Looks like DL Puig only 5 at bats against them though, with 2 hits and a 400 average. So not much going on. The thing is, if you see right here, his strikeout to walk ratio is not good at all. 13 strikeouts to 7 walks. So if Dodgers can be patient here, get 1 or 2 runners on, maybe someone hits them in, maybe get you 5, 6 runs here. So for the most part, Dodgers are pretty patient. So get some walks in there. Right away, I definitely like Justin Turner. This guy, for the most part, just downright destroys lefties. Let's see if they have his splits, because last year this guy was unbelievable against lefties, I think. They usually only brought him in against lefties, so let's go look at his splits, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry. All right, come on. This year he's, 250 so far? Sorry. Only 222 against lefties, so hopefully, if I'm not mistaken, like say guys, if he's not, I do apologize, but I swear he was good against lefties. No, he was not. I do apologize for that. It was the other way around. Righties. Okay, there we go. Righties against him. So, so that kind of deflates it right there. So maybe not Justin Turner. Um, Seager and Adrian, lefty on lefty, not too high on that. Definitely I like Yasiel Puig, though. Let's see who else you really got going on. I still don't mind Justin Turner, though. He's a pretty good ball player for the most part. Struggling early on, but I still don't mind him. I just don't see too much else going on here. So, yeah, these 5 games are just definitely not pretty. That Chicago-Cincinnati game, that Baltimore-Texas game, probably the 2 games I'm going to be targeting here tonight. So, like I said, not much going on in this 5-game slate. So anyway, let's quickly probably just going to give you guys one lineup. So let's just do that here real quick. Like I said, not much going on here at all. All right, let's go with Stroman just because he is pretty cheap here for the most part. A lot cheaper than most of those other guys. Catcher is just definitely not looking too pretty. Let's go GPP and go with, where is he at? I picked him 2 nights ago, Castro, and he did good for me. Maybe, hey, let's see. Maybe he'll get one against Ian Kennedy. Castro, he's not too pretty, but this time got me a home run, so let's see how that goes. I'm going to go with, where is he at? Let's go with Morales. Like him quite a bit. Second is not looking too pretty. Let's see what we got here. Like I said, I'm really iffy about this guy, but man, like I said, it's just not looking pretty at all. Odor maybe, probably not going to be my final though. Then where was? There we go. I'm going to go with Adrian Beltre here. I really do like him quite a bit, as I said. Shortstop, not looking pretty at all either. Like I said, I'm going to go with Tulo just because, it's hard to get that guy that cheap. Let's take him out. Let's put in Addison Russell. There we go. And then give me some Colby Rasmus, Yasiel Puig, and then let's do some bats. I don't know, something like that. I definitely got to come up with something. If you don't want to go with Jose Bautista, you can go with Trumbo if you want to. Sometimes, filling the salary is not the best way to go. But anyway, Stroman, Castro, Morales, Odor, Beltre, Russell, Rasmus, Puig, and Bautista. So kind of what I'm looking at. Like I said, definitely want to stack some Chicago guys in Texas as well. So, I'm definitely sad NBA is gone. That was definitely our sport. Baseball definitely not as exciting and not the fun to do just because you got to do research and everything like that. So, like I said, guys, if you don't want to do the research, because like I said, it is a pain in the butt. Trust me. If you don't want to do research, let us do the research for you and give you guys some really good lineups. Like I said, the prices have changed a little bit, so definitely try and get in while the prices last, because they will probably go back to normal here in a little bit. So just giving you guys a little bit of a discount here, just probably for a week or so, and then we're going to go back up to normal. So definitely try and get in on these prices while you can. Anyway, it's 10 per week, 30 per month, 100 to the All-Star break, and 200 for the season. It was 15 a week, 50 per month, 150 to the All-Star break, and 275 for the whole season. So definitely getting a discount here for a week or so. Like I said, not going to last long. Definitely try and get in while you can. Like I said, if you don't want to do the research, you hate doing it, we'll do it for you, give you guys some lineups, win you guys some money. So definitely head on over to our premium page and message us, and we'll get it all figured out. Also, as I said, NBA regular season is over, sad face, but anyway, NBA playoffs is here. Only $25 for the entire playoffs. Like I said, a month and a half to 2 months of NBA, all for $25. That is very cheap. You can make $25 back easy in a night. One of our customers, a little not too far back, made $700 on his first night. So definitely worth it. Anyway, as I said, we will have our NBA, our MLB, and our regular Twitter all in the comment section. You guys can click on either one of those, message us, and we'll get you all set up on the premium lineups. Those lineups, sorry, when we do them, there is 4 lineups, so you're getting 4 lineups per day, 2 GPPs and 2 50/50s. So that's 28 lineups per week. That's a pretty good deal for only $10. So definitely head on over there for the MLB. So, like I said, we will have those in the comment section. Click on them, and we'll get you all set up. Also, we will have our email down there as well for you guys. So, with that being said, thank you for watching. As I said, MLB is not exciting at all. I don't blame you if you don't want to do it. But if you want to, definitely hit us up. So, with that being said, it was an NBA season. Definitely going to miss it. But, baseball is here, and we're going to have to focus on that. So if you do enjoy the video, guys, please leave a like. We definitely do appreciate it. Sorry about that. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos. So all right, guys, like I said, thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later.